stage, people actually saying that.
They were not stage, but...
What is the most iconic bounce song in New Orleans?
Consequences by Sissy Nobby. Sissy Nobby, like the officially missing you.
Sissy Nobby, consequences by Sissy Nobby.
Sissy Nobby got multiple hits.
Oh, so they really thought they like, hey, I'm scrolling. I was scrolling on Instagram. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh, what you talking about? And I just kept saying, this me, don't you kept saying my name like,
Some love, Sissy Nobby!
When you mention New Orleans bounce music, you must mention the name. The Sissy Nobby.
If you tell my boy, I tell you what I do. Cause I'm crazy about my boyfriend, so crazy about my boyfriend.
thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Well, this is all about you. How early is too early to listen to bounce music?
Never too early. Never too early. I know a lot of pregnant women that would be having the earphones on their belly, letting their child hear the music before their hand and stuff. So it's never too early.
At an early age, growing up in a tent ward, what was it like pre-Katrina? What was the atmosphere like?
Everything was everything was more streetwise. What I mean by streetwise, you had to social media wasn't popping like it wasn't popping now and stuff. Everything, like if you was trying to promote your music, you had to actually go to a club and try to get it played with the DJs and stuff and all that stuff. That was hard, you know what I'm saying? Because like they had, DJs had their picks and chooses on. You could have a hot song, but the DJs at that time had their picks and chooses on what song, who they want to play or what bounce artists they want to play and stuff. And before Katrina, it was, a lot of music. Honestly, was getting, like, a lot of ideas that I came up with was getting stolen from me, honestly.
I know how that is, probably getting things stolen from you. It's like a slap to your ego. It's like, come on, man, I did this first.
Yeah.
I did this first. But like growing up, what was the neighborhood like?
The neighborhood was, everybody was outside and playing and, running around joking, and the DJs was fun, the DJs was everything and stuff, everybody just on the streets just dancing, and it was fun. It was wonderful, honestly.
You claim that you really came into your own with your style when you attended Live Oak Middle School. What were a couple of the staples that made your brand?
Well, see, the thing is, like Live Oak Middle, which I love that school and stuff for the wrong reasons. They gave me my swag on many levels because it was, hood stuff. Beforehand, I didn't really know too much about the hood and stuff. I know a little something, but when I got to Live Oak, they taught me a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's the tent wall. It was a tent wall school. So DJ Jubilee and who else? A whole bunch of tent wall people was from there. Sissy Chris and all them people. They was from the tent wall. So it was like I learned a lot. I learned a lot about being hood and and the dancing and stuff of that nature, just from being at Live Oak. Because everybody from a lot of people from the 10 wall and the 11 wall went to that school.
What were some of your staple outfits that you used to like to wear?
Oh God, FUBU, DKNY. I used to love me some DKNY. Shoot, I'm trying to see. What else?
Not the Jabos, huh?
No, Jabot was too expensive for me. My mother used to love Jabot. Let me see. I think that DKNY. Shoe Nike. Oh God. I think that's about it. Yeah.
Take 4 Records was an easy access point for you, a real easy access point, and you used to sit in on some of the studio sessions. And see what they were doing and get a feel for it. Can you give me one of your most memorable studio sessions that you sat in on?
Yes. First of all, shouts out to the legendary, who I love so much, Katie Wade. I sat in on the session. I actually sat in on the Making the T-Bop. Yes, that's an iconic song. I did, and at that time, and when I think about it, I realize like I really said, like something fire, something history-wise and stuff, not knowing it at the time and stuff. That Katie was there with the I don't know if I can cuss or not or whatever. Katie was there with the hose and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and they was coming up with the. They was actually recording the song Titty Bop and stuff, and it was coming out so fire, so fire. And then I sat in on shouts out to him. He doing way more better. I sat in on Chopper style and things. He was doing the first version of it. The second version, I don't know. And then I sat in on hop in there, what and stuff. I actually fell asleep on that one and stuff because it was right around the corner from my house where I was staying there. So like for me to just sit in on these sessions was like just amazing, you know what I'm saying, and stuff, real stuff.
Basically, you sat on some pretty iconic sessions that blew into something that we didn't think was feasible in New Orleans, but here we are. So you also found a way to save up some of your own coins and have your own session to record your first song. What was it like going in there to record your first song?
Okay, well, the studio, shouts out to Small World Studios, Felton and stuff, who started me. The name, it was actually like my birthday, to be honest with you. I was 16, and I was 16, and my auntie Beverly, I never told the story, but my auntie Beverly came and gave me $10, and the studio around the corner was $10 an hour, not knowing that I may have to pay more, and all that. But I said, I'm gonna go to the studio, and so. The next day, I went around there and I just gave him $10 with a cheeky black beat. You know what I'm saying? With the cheeky black beat and stuff. And I was recording, I don't know if it's I Wish I Could or one of the songs I recorded, but it felt good. It felt good to finally do that. But it's so crazy that I never let my mother hear who I was recording. She didn't even know I was rapping. Yeah, she didn't even know I was rapping. And stuff. You got me thinking, I was talking about this stuff for so long. How you found this out? Oh my God. But it felt good to do it and stuff. I knew that it was going to take a lot of hard work. But I'm glad that I did it. Honestly, shouts out to Felton again.
That same song that you went and recorded, you brought to your homegirls at school, and you was like, you need to listen to this. Check this out. And they was like, this song rolls. This song rolls. So how did that make your ego feel knowing that, hey, I think I might be on the right track with this whole bounce thing?
I still was scared. I was still like, I don't know. Shouts out to the girl Weezy, who is a wonderful rapper. Whatever. It was about to be Thanksgiving holidays, and she wanted to take my demo and bring it to this producer who basically got me started. Shouts out to Mortal, Survival Records, Bounce Entertainment and stuff, and we went from there. But I still was humble because I felt like, I got a lot more work to do.
I mean, but that humbleness did take you far because you did reach far, long, and wide, okay? 2005 was a chaotic year. You had to deal with the passing of your mother, which was devastating in its own. And then you had to double down and deal with the situation that was Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
Devastation and grief changes us as people. How do you feel as though you've changed since dealing with that life circumstance?
I want to say I matured more. I matured more, and I think more of other people's feelings because I was reckless back then and stuff. But as I got older, I realized, we just realized to care for other people's feelings and stuff and things. When that happened with Mom and stuff, that it rattled me, of course, and then the Katrina thing, that rattled me more and things like, but it made me want to, because I played a lot. The Katrina thing made me just say, it's time to get your stuff together, it's time to get it together. I want to get my GED right after Katrina, and I want to go to college, which, didn't finish, but hey, at least I can say I went. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, But it made me double down, made me take care of business. Like, I was on a path, like, it's time to do it, it's time to get it.
What a lot of people don't know is that you were one of the first bounce artists to make it back to New Orleans after Katrina in October. In October.
Yes.
So that being said, you were a trailblazer in so many ways by coming down and putting your stake in the ground in New Orleans. What was it like coming home being one of the first bounce artists to do shows and be booked back to back to back to back because almost nobody was back home?
Well, when I first came back, I'll tell you one thing, the streets would stink because everybody had their ice boxes on the sidewalk and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God and stuff. But I give that praises to my grandmother and my grandfather because I called them and they were like, come on, you know what I'm saying? So that's what made me just get on the Greyhound and come back and stuff. Not really, but no, I can't front. I did kind of think in my mind, well, I may have an advantage now to get it, you know, and stuff. Then when I went to recording songs at my grandmother's house and things and all that type of nature and stuff. But it was different and things. I went back to my old job that I had. However, and was working there. They made me a manager, store manager there, and things. And then after a while, you know, the music went to pumping and stuff. I had to quit.
Definitely doing big things. Now, a lot of people don't know, or maybe they do, that you produce almost all of your own music, which is a feat in its own. Any artist that produces their own music, they put up a lot to make that song sound perfect. Can you walk us through your way of producing?
The way that I do it, there's a, you know, I don't know, it just something pops into my head. And the way I do it is I will record the vocals first and go to this program, this mixing program that's on my laptop, and I think about how the crowd gonna feel, how the shakers gonna react to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I am a bounce lover. Used to be a shaker. You know, so I kind of like I try to feel just exactly how they gonna feel when I'm mixing this song or arranging the samples for this song. And so I just, I put it all together. Sometimes it takes long, sometimes it don't take long and stuff, but as long as I get it together, I know that people gonna love it.
What's your favorite samples that you like to use? Because bounce is known for samples, so what's a few of your favorite?
The first one got to be Valkyrie. Valkyrie do roll call. Shouts out to DJ Dickey, who originally made that, and DJ Man Fresh, who originally made that. And so, shouts out to, let me see, of course, the Chicken Black beat. And the beat that I actually used a lot, I used to love using, was the Cameron Paul Brown beat that I used for Consequences and stuff. Shouts out to Cameron Paul. He passed away a while back. But those are and then you got the, how we like us in the game, we call it the Frida Nobby. Shouts out to be Frida, by the way. He was saying nah from the song "Gin in My System" and stuff, which became very popular. I want to say Black and Mild was the one that discovered. Well, he actually made that track and stuff, but we kind of like just recreated the loop of it and stuff. And yeah, but those samples are the ones I love. And then, of course, I still love the Trigger Man, the drag rap showboy sample. Shouts out to them. Yeah.
Speaking of iconic samples and iconic songs, Consequences was your first big crossover hit when it made it to the radio waves on old 102.9?
Yes.
Okay. And it was also a major step in securing your legendary status as a internet viral star. Do you believe that MySpace gave you a one-up when it comes to internet virality?
Yes, and it's so crazy. I cannot. This is a quick story. When I actually learned about MySpace, I was on the party line. The hookup line. Yeah, the hookup line stuff. And this guy wanted to see how I look. He said, "Do you have MySpace?" I said, "Where's MySpace?" And so I went online. I was still on the phone with him on the party line, and I go to the website, I'm like, oh, wait. And automatically my mind changed from horniness to business. I said, wait, now I have a way now to promote my music automatically. Like, I said, I'm going to make I'll go. And so I went to like, just doing my research and stuff. And like, I made an artist page and stuff. And next thing you know, the music, like I'm going to promote my music on there, which means I don't have to go walk to these clubs and all that. It helped so much. You know what I'm saying? MySpace was a big help in things and all that. So yeah, MySpace played a pivotal role in helping me get to where I need to get.
Now, a little birdie told me that you make music that you know is gonna make the crowd move. Not necessarily personal, not necessarily anything that's coming from the bottom of your heart, but it's coming from the bottom of your spirit when you go shake with it. Shaking and dipping is key. Now, Consequences, you randomly came up with a name for that song.
Oh, wait, no, real stuff. I was just playing around. Like, okay, I was watching the bootleg version of Why Did I Get Married, and they played this Who Am I to Say? You know, and I'm like, oh, I like that. I like what she said. Who am I to say? It just sounded. So after I finished watching the movie, I googled the song and it popped up, and I went from there. I went to writing it. It's supposed to be the letter part 2 or something, but I just made it. I just made it Consequences. Not even know how to spell consequences at that time. I really don't know why I named the song Consequences and stuff. However, and so when somebody did ask me in another interview, an earlier interview, I said, well, these are the consequences you go through when you. I made up just any type of story. I don't know why I named it that, but everybody loved it, and I'm glad they did it.
There's this little tiny small dance that's popular right now called Tripping Out. Just a little small dance. Now, I was doing a little research, and there's a song called Beat It Out the Frame where you command the crowd to pop that dick up. I said, this looks pretty familiar. This looks pretty familiar from what I'm seeing on TikTok right now. How does it feel to have a dance that you created go viral under a different name?
I'm very honest. I cannot take recognition for that. I actually got that idea from the legendary, she gone, Casey Ray. She's from Kendall and stuff. Casey Ray, and I wanted to show love to her because I love the music of Casey Ray. I bought both of her albums. It's a G Thing and the other album that she had a long time ago. I wish I had got to meet her and stuff, but I was a big fan of her. And so I decided to bring it back out and stuff and things. Now, as far as them with the tripping out, I applaud the work ethic of it and things, but I'm not really a big fan of it because no hate or nothing. It's just that I like to shake. I like to see girls shake their ass. Okay. So you know what I'm saying. So all that, you know what I'm saying. I know it's a new trend and stuff. I like to see the girls shake their ass and stuff. So when I'm up there rapping, don't trip out. Don't do all that tripping out stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stuff. You know, make your money. Whatever. I want to see these girls bust open. You know what I'm saying? And work their back and stuff. That's how I feel. But much love to them and what they doing and things. But I'm not really a big fan of it. I'm sorry.
So for people from out of town who don't really know any better, what's the difference between shake music and dip music?
Dipping is more of like just a calm, like I'm just in a good mood type of situation. Shake music is more verbs, hustle, hot, that, all that stuff. Dipping is just, just vibing and stuff. Got your little drink in your hand, and and things. So it's less aggressive.
Can you give them an example of a dip song and a shake song?
Consequences. Consequences is the dip song, and the shake song is giddy up, beat out the frame.
Do you believe that social media hurts or helps you?
Both. I realized recently that we wear our bounce artists where they got our feelings on our sleeve and stuff, and we don't know how to at times shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Including myself. And things, So it can make us or break us, you know what I'm saying? But what I do like is at time, people tend to forget, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think the amount of comments and unnecessary banter online takes a toll on your mental health? Because it is a megaphone for madness, and people have the ability to say things that they wouldn't necessarily say to your face.
Yes, it does, but what you start realizing is that it's just people on the internet. You know, you have to have a mind frame, because at one time, a lot of stuff used to just hit my nerve. Until I had to start realizing just people on the internet, just let it go and just ignore it.
We're about to do a rapid fire question round. We're going to make this cute. We're going to get creative. So question 1, what's your most toxic trait?
Oh my God, drinking. Drinking. I drink at times I can drink like a fish and stuff, but
It's New Orleans. It's a part of the culture. We're going to blame it on the culture. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
be a mind reader. So I can know exactly how a person feels, because I'm so gullible. You know, I would believe a person and kind of find out like they be on their fake stuff, and it hurts me. It hurts me to my core and stuff, because when I believe you, I'm giving you my trust. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so I really wish I can be a mind reader to know exactly what you're thinking, what your intentions are.
If you had to get rid of one classic meal in New Orleans, just one of them, which one would you get rid of?
I'm about to get okay, one classic meal. Wait, a classic meal that's from New Orleans. Mm-hmm. Mac and cheese.
It'll be mac and cheese.
Yeah, because I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh no, I don't think I'd get rid of that too. Now, if you could star in a New Orleans-centered style bounce reality TV show, who do you think the cast should be?
Oh, me of course. BJ So Cold, Flyboy Kino, Flyboy Kino, Westman Shaky, Tiwa Buck, Bill Giovanni, Miss T. God, there's a couple of people. Tiwa Buck. Because you want to make it interesting, you know what I'm saying? Maybe DJ Riley.
That would be an interesting cast.
We had something in production a couple of years back, but I don't know exactly what happened. But everybody was ready for it. But it just went left. But we did have like a new Love and Hip Hop New Orleans coming, but something went left with it.
Now, Nobby, you have a new album coming out this month, and with this album, you claim that you are going to retire. Do you really believe? Do you believe that?
The way that bounce music is going, which is in a good direction, I love it and stuff. Now I'm gonna still be touring and stuff, but no more recording after this album. This is the last album, because it gets expensive, like playing for studio time and producers and stuff of that nature. Like I got a producer on my trail now, trying to get the rest of this, but and stuff. It's a lot that you have to deal with. So. This is gonna be the last. I'm not doing no more recording stuff, and I mean, of course, I'm touring and do shows, because that's my bread and butter. But no more recording. This is my last album.
Sissy Nobby, My Last Beat is now on all streaming platforms. Make sure you check it out.
Nobby, the whole city wants to give you flowers, and we're gonna give you flowers. Sissy Nobby, thank you. The Lace Up loves you. New Orleans loves you. And we can't wait to see what's next.
Hey now! Is that what it's on again, y'all? Come on. Come on. Okay. Here we go. My heart for you. My love for you. How about the rest of you?